The galaxy was vast and full of civilizations far older and stronger than humans. Many star systems had powerful fleets, and the human race was often overlooked. To the alien empires, humans were small, weak, and unimportant. They had no idea that humans were capable of cleverness, courage, and resilience beyond expectation. In the quiet sector of the Outer Rim, a human vessel named Aurora drifted among the stars. It was not large, and its design was simple, but it carried a small crew of determined explorers. Captain Milo stood on the bridge, staring at the stars through the wide viewing screen. His eyes were calm but alert. He had a quiet confidence that came from years of experience in space. "Another sector scanned," said Lieutenant Nira, the navigator. Her fingers moved quickly across the controls. "Nothing unusual detected. No signs of life, no signals, no dangers." Milo nodded. "Good. Keep scanning. We do not know what might be waiting out here. Stay alert." The crew of Aurora was small but skilled. Each member knew their role perfectly. Milo trusted them completely, and they trusted him. There was a sense of calm energy on the ship, a rhythm that only came when a crew worked together as one. Unseen in the darkness of space, sensors on a distant alien fleet detected the human ship. Admiral Varek observed through his command console, his expression full of amusement. "It is a human vessel," he said to his officers. "Do you see its size? It is tiny. It is nothing. Ignore it and continue our patrol." The officers nodded, confident that the humans posed no threat. The humans were primitive, they believed, with weak technology and limited intelligence. They did not know that humans often succeeded by using creativity and cunning instead of sheer force. On the bridge of Aurora, Milo sensed something unusual in the readings but could not identify it. "Nira, keep monitoring. I have a feeling someone is watching us." Nira's fingers moved faster, checking the sensors. "I see nothing. Just empty space." "Perhaps it is just your imagination, Captain." Milo smiled slightly. "Maybe. But always trust your instincts. They have kept us alive more than once." The ship moved slowly through the star field. Its engines were quiet, designed for exploration rather than battle. Milo loved this part of space. The silence and the stars made him feel alive. Each star could hold new discoveries, new possibilities. Suddenly, a small signal appeared on the sensor array. Nira leaned closer, her eyes wide. "Captain, there is a ship approaching. It is not responding to our identification protocols." Milo's calm demeanor did not change. "Show me," he said. The screen displayed a small alien craft moving toward them. It was sleek and fast, with sharp edges and glowing lights. Its design suggested power, but not size. The alien ship stopped a short distance away. A voice echoed through the communication channel in a strange, metallic tone. "Identify yourselves," it demanded. "State your purpose in this sector." Milo activated the communication system. "We are humans from Earth. Our vessel is Aurora. We are exploring uncharted space for knowledge and trade. We mean no harm." There was a pause, then the alien ship's sensors scanned Aurora briefly. The voice returned, dismissive and cold. "Humans are insignificant. We see no danger. You may proceed, but do not interfere with our operations." The alien ship turned and left without another word. Milo and his crew watched it disappear into the distance. "They ignored us," Nira said, shaking her head. "I thought they would be curious, but they didn't care at all." Milo looked at the stars ahead. "That is their mistake. Never underestimate anyone. We may be small, but we are capable. Always remember that." The crew returned to their duties, scanning the sector and preparing for the journey ahead. The encounter with the alien ship was a reminder that the galaxy could be dangerous. Even those who seemed indifferent could become enemies if provoked. As night fell on the ship's schedule, Milo stood alone on the observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly, sparkling in patterns humans had never named. He thought about what the future might hold. Humans were underestimated everywhere, but Milo believed that one day, the galaxy would see their true strength. Aurora moved quietly through space, unaware that it had been noticed by more than one alien fleet. What the humans did not know was that their presence had already caused whispers of curiosity and doubt among the stars. The galaxy had not yet seen the full power of human ingenuity. Milo returned to the bridge, where his crew awaited. "We continue our course," he said. "Keep alert, but stay focused. We explore, we learn, and we survive. That is what humans do best." The ship sailed forward, small and seemingly insignificant, but with a crew ready to face whatever the galaxy might throw at them. Their journey had just begun, and no one, not even the most powerful fleets, could yet imagine what humans were capable of. The day after the encounter with the alien ship, Aurora continued its journey through the outer rim. Captain Milo stood on the bridge, eyes scanning the star field. He could feel a quiet tension in the crew. No one spoke of the encounter, but everyone knew that the aliens had noticed them and dismissed them as insignificant. Lieutenant Nero was at her station, her fingers moving quickly across the controls. "Captain, the sensors show unusual energy readings nearby," she said. "It is faint, but it does not match any known star or planet signatures." Milo leaned forward, studying the data. "Could it be an anomaly, or a hidden station?" "Unknown," Nira admitted. "It is small, hidden behind a cluster of asteroids. I cannot get a clear reading yet." Milo nodded. "Prepare a cautious approach. We investigate, but no unnecessary risks. Keep all defensive systems on standby." The crew worked together, moving with precision. The ship weaved carefully through the asteroid field. Light reflected off the rocky surfaces, casting moving shadows across the bridge. The sensors picked up nothing dangerous yet, but Milo knew that danger often came when least expected. As Aurora reached the center of the field, a small station emerged from behind the rocks. It was damaged, with a faint glow indicating power still running in its systems. Milo's eyes narrowed. "This is not on any map. We should investigate further." The crew prepared a small shuttle. Milo, Nira, and engineer Lian boarded. The shuttle moved silently toward the station. When they arrived, they saw that the structure was old but clearly built for habitation. Signs of recent activity were evident, though no one was visible. Lian examined the control panel. "Someone has been here recently. Systems are partially active, but there is no crew." Milo frowned. "Abandoned or evacuated? Keep your eyes open. Anything could be waiting for us." As they explored, a hidden console activated, projecting a holographic message. The voice was alien, panicked, and urgent. "Warning. The human vessel approaches. They have been underestimated. Do not allow them to reach the fleet. Activate the defenses." Milo and the crew exchanged looks. The message ended abruptly, leaving a cold silence. "So they are preparing," Milo said quietly. "They think humans are weak, but we will show them otherwise if they attack." Back on the ship, Aurora's sensors began picking up distant signals. Several alien ships were approaching rapidly. Milo's crew had no illusions. This was a test, an opportunity to see how they handled real danger. "Captain, they are coming in formation," Nira reported. "It looks like a patrol fleet, but they are well organized." Milo clenched his jaw. "Prepare for evasive maneuvers. Keep scanning for weaknesses. Remember, they expect us to be easy targets. Let us prove them wrong." The aliens arrived, forming a semicircle around Aurora. Their weapons glowed ominously, ready to fire. Milo's hands moved swiftly across the controls, issuing orders with calm authority. Divert power to shields. Weapons ready. Maintain speed and unpredictable patterns. Lian, monitor all systems for any openings. The first shots from the alien fleet were wide, missing Aurora completely. Milo's crew responded with precision, using the ship's small size to their advantage. They dodged, accelerated, and maneuvered in ways the larger alien vessels could not anticipate. "Captain, they are confused by our movements," Nira said, excitement in her voice. "Their attacks are not coordinated now." Milo smiled faintly. "Good. Keep that pressure. Never stop moving. Show them that humans are clever, not just brave." For hours, Aurora weaved through space, using speed, agility, and strategy. The alien ships fired repeatedly, but each attack missed. Milo guided the ship toward a narrow asteroid canyon, where the larger alien ships struggled to follow. "Now," Milo said, pointing to the central fleet formation on the sensor display. "We take advantage. Focus on their command ship first. Without it, the others will lose coordination." Lian activated the ship's advanced systems, sending precise energy pulses toward the alien command ship. The pulses struck with surgical accuracy, disabling the ship's engines and weapons. Chaos spread through the alien fleet as smaller ships tried to regroup. The crew of Aurora moved with calm efficiency, striking key targets and avoiding unnecessary damage. The humans were small, but every action they took was calculated and effective. Milo's leadership and the crew's skill turned the tide of the encounter. Finally, the alien fleet withdrew, confused and defeated, unable to understand how a single human vessel had caused such disruption. Milo watched the retreating ships through the viewing screen. "They will think twice before ignoring humans again," he said. The crew exhaled in relief, but they knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, and there would be more challenges ahead. Milo turned to Nira and Lian. "We survived today because we worked together and stayed calm. That is how humans survive. Remember this lesson for the days ahead." As the Aurora continued through the stars, the crew felt a renewed sense of purpose. The galaxy underestimated them, but that underestimation would become humanity's greatest strength. After the narrow escape from the alien patrol, Aurora sailed deeper into uncharted space. Captain Milo gathered his crew on the bridge to discuss the next steps. The encounter had proven one thing: aliens underestimated humans, and that could be turned into an advantage. "We have made a mark on their fleet," Milo began, his voice calm but firm. "They see us as small, weak, and insignificant. That is exactly what we will use to survive and succeed. But we cannot rely on luck alone. We must prepare for what comes next." Engineer Lian studied the ship's systems. "We need upgrades, Captain. The ship performed well, but if a larger fleet attacks, our current systems might not be enough." Milo nodded. "I agree. We will repair what we can and enhance our shields and weapons. Every improvement counts. Nira, continue scanning for any settlements or stations where we can find parts or information." Lieutenant Nira focused on the sensor panel. "There is a small outpost on a nearby asteroid. It appears abandoned, but some power signatures are still active. It might have supplies or old technology we can use." Milo made the decision quickly. "Set a course for the outpost. We approach carefully and stay alert. There could be dangers we do not know about." As Aurora neared the asteroid, the crew noticed the outpost's exterior was damaged, but intact enough to enter. Milo led the small boarding team with Nira and Lian in a shuttle, docking at the main entrance. Inside, the air was thin but breathable. Dust covered the floors, and small pieces of equipment were scattered around. Milo moved carefully, scanning for any signs of life or traps. "Stay alert. This place has been abandoned, but it may have surprises." Lian approached a workbench with tools and parts. There are components here that can help reinforce our weapons systems. We can also adapt some of their energy conduits to increase shield strength. Nira examined the computer consoles. Some data files remain. They mention a fleet movement and strategic plans. It looks like this outpost belonged to the same species that attacked us. We can learn from it. Milo nodded. Good. Take what we need, but be cautious. We cannot let them know we are here or leave traces. The crew worked efficiently, salvaging parts and extracting information. Every action was precise, reflecting their training and teamwork. Milo felt pride in their coordination. Humans might be small, but their resourcefulness was unmatched. After gathering all possible supplies, the crew returned to Aurora. Lien immediately began integrating the new technology into the ship. Shields were stronger, energy weapons more precise, and sensors more sensitive. Every improvement increased their confidence. As the upgrades were completed, Nira reported unusual activity on the sensors. Captain, a small scouting fleet is approaching. They may be checking the sector after the attack. They could detect us if we are not careful. Milo observed the approaching ships. We will not attack unless necessary. Stay hidden among the asteroid field. We will observe them and learn their patterns. Knowledge is a weapon, sometimes more powerful than firepower. The alien scouts moved cautiously, scanning the asteroid field. They seemed unaware of Aurora's presence. Milo instructed the crew to record their movements and communication patterns. Every detail could be used to anticipate future attacks. Hours passed, and the scouting fleet left without detecting the human vessel. Milo allowed himself a small smile. They are cautious, but they are still blind to what humans are capable of. They only see us as small targets. Lien added, with these upgrades, we can take on larger ships if needed. But strategy is still our main advantage. We move smart, we act fast, and we remain unpredictable. Milo stood at the bridge, watching the stars. The galaxy underestimates humans, and that is our greatest strength. Others rely on numbers and firepower. We rely on intelligence, creativity, and teamwork. They will learn soon enough that being small does not mean being weak. The crew continued their journey, scanning new sectors and preparing for future encounters. Each challenge would require quick thinking and precision, but Milo knew they were ready. The humans on Aurora had proven that courage and ingenuity could overcome fear and underestimation. As the ship moved quietly through the darkness, Milo reflected on the path ahead. The aliens were only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, full of unknown civilizations and unexpected dangers. Humans had survived by adapting, learning, and cooperating. That was their way, and it would carry them further than anyone expected. Milo turned to his crew. We move forward as humans always have. Together, resourceful, and ready for any challenge. They may think we are small, but they will see that we are unstoppable when we work as one. The Aurora glided through space, small and seemingly fragile, but filled with determination, intelligence, and the courage to face what no one expected. Humans were underestimated, but that would soon change, and Captain Milo and his crew were ready to prove it. The calm after the asteroid outpost mission was brief. Captain Milo knew the aliens would not ignore a human vessel for long. On the bridge of Aurora, the crew worked quietly, scanning the sector for any signs of the approaching fleet. The upgrades had strengthened the ship, but Milo understood that intelligence and strategy would be more important than raw power. Lieutenant Nira adjusted the sensor display. Captain, multiple contacts detected on the far edge of the sector. They are moving in formation. It looks like a full patrol fleet, not just scouts. Milo studied the readings, his expression calm but focused. They are testing us. This is their way of seeing what humans can do. We will not run, but we will control the fight. Lien, prepare defensive systems. Make sure the shields are at maximum and all weapons are calibrated. Engineer Lian nodded, her hands moving quickly over the controls. All systems are ready, Captain. We are prepared for whatever they send our way. As the alien fleet approached, the Aurora slipped into a narrow asteroid canyon. Its small size allowed it to move with agility, hiding behind rocks and weaving through tight passages that larger alien ships could not navigate. Milo used the environment to their advantage, staying out of direct line of fire while observing the enemy. They are closing in fast, Nira said. I suggest we strike first if the opportunity presents itself. Milo shook his head. Patience is key. Wait for the right moment. Observe their patterns. Every fleet has weaknesses. We find theirs, and we act with precision. The aliens formed a semicircle around the canyon, their weapons glowing as they scanned for the human ship. They believed their numbers and firepower were enough to crush a single human vessel. What they did not understand was that humans often fought differently. Humans used creativity, unpredictability, and teamwork, turning disadvantages into strengths. Suddenly, one of the alien command ships moved too close to the canyon wall. Milo seized the opportunity. Lian, target their engines with precision pulses. Disable them, but do not destroy the ship yet. Nira, take note of their fleet coordination. Lian activated the weapons, sending energy pulses that struck the command ship. Sparks flew across its hull, and systems began to fail. The alien fleet hesitated, confused by the sudden damage. Smaller ships tried to respond, but their attacks were uncoordinated without direction from the command ship. Now we move, Milo said. Strike with precision, not recklessness. We disable them without unnecessary destruction. Every action counts. Aurora darted through the canyon, using speed and agility to avoid enemy fire. The crew worked together with perfect timing. Every pulse of energy, every maneuver, was calculated. Milo's leadership and the crew's skill turned a dangerous encounter into an advantage. The alien fleet struggled to adapt. Their larger ships could not match Aurora's movements in the canyon, and their attacks were wide and ineffective. Milo guided the ship to target critical systems on the remaining command vessels, causing chaos and disarray. They are losing coordination, Nira said, excitement in her voice. Their smaller ships are scattered. They cannot respond as one. Milo nodded. Good. Keep pressure, but remain calm. The key is control, not destruction. We show them the strength of humans, not the need for recklessness. For hours, the battle continued. The Aurora moved unpredictably, striking vital systems and avoiding unnecessary damage. The alien fleet became more cautious, realizing that humans were not weak, as they had assumed. Their confidence began to crumble. Finally, the command ships were disabled, and the remaining alien vessels fled the sector. The canyon was silent again, with only the faint glow of distant stars. Milo allowed himself a small smile. They underestimated us, and they paid the price. But this is only the beginning. The galaxy is vast, and there will be greater challenges ahead. The crew exhaled in relief but remained focused. They knew the fight had proven something important. Humans were underestimated, but that underestimation was a strength. Milo turned to Nira and Lian. Today we showed what humans can do with intelligence, teamwork, and courage. Remember this. It will guide us through what comes next. The Aurora sailed through space once more, small and seemingly fragile, but filled with determination, skill, and a crew ready for any challenge. Milo understood that victories were built not just on firepower, but on thought, preparation, and courage. As the ship moved forward, Milo reflected on the lesson learned. The aliens had assumed humans were insignificant, but humans had turned the assumptions against them. In the vast galaxy, underestimated beings could change the course of events, and Captain Milo and his crew were proof of that truth. The Aurora glided into the darkness, leaving behind a fleet in shock. Humans had begun to earn a reputation, not through size or strength alone, but through strategy, intelligence, and unyielding determination. The galaxy had not yet seen the full power of human ingenuity, but it was only a matter of time. Milo turned to his crew. Prepare for the next sector. Stay vigilant. We have shown the galaxy a glimpse of what humans can do, but the journey is far from over. Together, we are unstoppable. The crew nodded, ready for what lay ahead. They moved as one, confident in their skills, their leader, and their purpose. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and the humans of Aurora sailed forward with courage and resolve, ready to face the unknown challenges of the galaxy. After their first major encounter, the crew of Aurora had grown more confident. Captain Milo knew that the alien fleet they faced was only a part of a larger force. The galaxy was full of civilizations, and humans had been underestimated for centuries. This underestimation had become their greatest advantage, but it was also a warning: bigger challenges were coming. On the bridge, Milo studied the star map. Nira, Lian, we have reports of multiple alien ships moving in our direction. This is not a small patrol. It is a larger fleet. They are responding to our previous actions. Lieutenant Nero leaned forward, her eyes scanning the displays. Captain, the fleet is larger than any we have seen before. They have heavy cruisers and command ships. But they are moving cautiously. They are aware of our tactics, yet uncertain how to handle us. Milo nodded. That uncertainty is our advantage. We fight smart, not recklessly. Lian, make sure all systems are optimized. Shields, weapons, and engines must be at peak performance. Engineer Lian's fingers moved quickly across the controls. All systems are operational and upgraded, Captain. We can move faster, strike more precisely, and defend more efficiently. The Aurora glided through space, small and agile, while the alien fleet approached in formation. Milo knew the fleet would not attack blindly. They would test, probe, and attempt to corner humans. But humans thrived in unpredictability. They are splitting into groups, Nira said. It seems they are trying to surround us. They want to overwhelm our defenses with numbers. Milo smiled faintly. That is their mistake. Humans are small and fast, but clever. We do not fight like them. Lure them into narrow sectors, use the terrain, and attack with precision. Every move counts. As the fleet approached a cluster of large asteroids, Milo guided Aurora into the formation. The ship darted between rocks, using speed and unpredictability to confuse the aliens. Their larger ships struggled to follow, their movements slow and cumbersome compared to the humans. They are frustrated, Lian observed. Their weapons cannot hit us easily, and they cannot coordinate their attacks properly. Milo nodded. Good. Observe their patterns, anticipate their moves, and strike when the opportunity appears. Humans do not need to match strength with strength. We win with strategy, intelligence, and teamwork. Suddenly, one of the alien command cruisers moved too close to the asteroid cluster. Milo saw the chance he had been waiting for. Lian, target their engines and weapons systems. Disable them precisely. Nira, mark the others and anticipate their reactions. Energy pulses shot from Aurora, striking the command cruiser with accuracy. Sparks and flashes lit the darkness of space as the ship's systems faltered. Smaller ships nearby hesitated, unsure of how to respond without guidance. They are losing control, Nira said. Their fleet is scattering. Confusion is spreading among them. Milo kept the ship moving, guiding the crew with calm precision. Focus on critical targets only. Disable, do not destroy unnecessarily. We show strength through skill, not waste. Hours passed as the humans struck key systems on the alien ships, each attack deliberate and calculated. The aliens tried to regroup, but their formations were broken. Aurora moved faster than they could anticipate, striking, dodging, and guiding the battle to favor the humans. Finally, the command cruisers were incapacitated, and the remaining alien vessels retreated in disarray. Silence returned to the sector, filled only by the quiet hum of Aurora's engines. Milo allowed himself a moment of satisfaction, but he remained alert. They underestimated humans, and they learned a costly lesson, Milo said. But the galaxy is vast. Others will come. We must remain ready and vigilant. Liane wiped her brow. We held our own, Captain. The ship performed beyond expectations, and the crew worked perfectly together. Humans are stronger than they believe. Milo nodded, turning to Nira. Every encounter teaches us something. Today, we learned that preparation, observation, and precise action can overcome overwhelming odds. That is the human way. The crew took a moment to rest, knowing that challenges would continue. Each member of Aurora felt pride in their skill, courage, and teamwork. They had proven that humans could face fleets much larger than their own and emerge victorious. As the ship sailed forward, Milo looked out at the stars. The galaxy sees us now, he said softly. They have seen the power of humans who do not rely solely on size or numbers. Intelligence, courage, and determination make us formidable. We will continue to explore, to learn, and to protect. And when others underestimate us, they will pay the price. The Aurora glided through the darkness, small but unstoppable, carrying a crew whose unity and ingenuity could challenge any foe. Humans had been ignored for too long, but that era was ending. The galaxy would remember the name of every human ship that refused to be dismissed. Milo turned to his crew. Prepare for the next sector. Stay vigilant, stay sharp, and remember what we have learned. The galaxy will continue to test us, but together, we are unstoppable. The crew nodded, ready for the journey ahead. They moved as one, confident in their abilities, in their leader, and in the strength of humans. The stars stretched endlessly before them, and the humans aboard Aurora sailed forward, ready to face whatever the universe could throw at them. The victory against the scattered alien fleet gave Aurora's crew a renewed sense of confidence, but Captain Milo knew this was only the beginning. The galaxy was vast, and the aliens they had faced were only a part of a larger empire. He understood that the full fleet would soon arrive to challenge humans once and for all. On the bridge, Milo studied the star charts. Reports indicate the main alien fleet is approaching. This is their largest force, prepared to crush us if they can. But they still underestimate humans. That is our advantage. Lieutenant Nira adjusted the sensors. Captain, the fleet has over 50 ships, including cruisers and heavy destroyers. They are organized and moving with precision. They will test us on every front. Milo nodded. We do not fight blindly. We control the battle. Liane, ensure every system is at peak performance. Shields, weapons, engines, everything. We cannot afford a mistake. Engineer Liane worked quickly, her hands flying across the controls. All systems are optimized, Captain. We are ready for anything they throw at us. As the alien fleet approached, Milo guided Aurora to a dense asteroid field. The small human ship moved with precision, weaving between massive rocks. The alien vessels struggled to follow. Their numbers gave them confidence, but their size made them less agile. They are attempting to encircle us, Nira reported. They are trying to force us into open space where they can attack with full firepower. Milo shook his head. They are predictable. Humans thrive in situations where others rely on strength alone. Lead them into the field. Use their mistakes against them. The aliens fired their weapons, energy blasts streaking through space. Aurora dodged each attack, moving faster and more unpredictably than the larger ships could manage. Milo's strategy relied on patience and precision. One wrong move from the aliens could create the opportunity humans needed. Captain, one of their destroyers is isolated, Nira said. It is overextending its position. This is our chance. Milo smiled. Lian, focus all firepower on the destroyer. Nira, mark the fleet's command vessels. Timing is everything. Wait for my signal. The energy pulses struck the isolated destroyer with perfect accuracy, disabling its engines and weapons. The alien fleet hesitated, unsure how to respond. Milo seized the moment. Now, he commanded. Aurora darted from behind an asteroid, striking the command ship's energy cores. Sparks and explosions erupted across the hulls. The aliens had never faced a vessel that moved so quickly and acted with such precision. Their confidence shattered as chaos spread among their ranks. They are losing control, Nira said, excitement in her voice. The smaller ships are scattering. Their coordination is gone. Milo guided Aurora through the battle with calm efficiency. The humans struck key systems on each ship, disabling engines and weapons without unnecessary destruction. Their tactics were unpredictable, creative, and devastatingly effective. The alien command ships attempted to regroup, but it was too late. Aurora moved faster than their calculations allowed. Every maneuver exploited weaknesses the aliens did not expect. Within hours, the entire fleet was neutralized, floating silently in space, unable to continue their attack. Milo watched the scene on the viewing screen. They ignored humans for too long. Now they see what they underestimated. Intelligence, courage, and strategy overcome numbers and strength. Humans are capable of more than they believe. The crew exhaled in relief but remained alert. They had achieved what no one expected. Humans had defeated a fleet far larger than their own, proving that skill, teamwork, and clever tactics could overcome overwhelming odds. Lian smiled. The ship performed perfectly. Every system worked, and every action was coordinated. Humans can do more than anyone expects. Milo nodded. This battle is a lesson for the galaxy. Underestimating humans is a mistake. We survive, we adapt, and we succeed. Today, we proved that even against impossible odds. As Aurora sailed forward, Milo reflected on the journey so far. The galaxy would remember this victory. Humans had shown that size and numbers were not the only measure of strength. Intelligence, courage, and teamwork were equally powerful. Prepare for the next sector, Milo said. We continue our journey. Other challenges await, and we must remain ready. Humans have shown their strength, but this is only the beginning. We will face the galaxy with courage, intelligence, and unity. The crew moved with renewed purpose, ready for whatever came next. Aurora glided through space, small but unstoppable. The humans aboard had turned underestimation into an advantage and had become a force that no alien fleet would easily forget. Milo turned to his crew. The galaxy has learned a lesson today. Humans are not to be ignored. We move forward as one, skilled, intelligent, and brave. Together, we are unstoppable. The ship sailed into the darkness of space, leaving behind a fleet in ruin. Humans had shown their true strength, and the galaxy could no longer dismiss them as weak or insignificant. The journey of Aurora and its crew was far from over, but they had already begun to reshape the future of the stars. The silence after the battle was profound. The alien fleet lay disabled, floating like forgotten relics in the dark of space. Captain Milo stood on the bridge of Aurora, watching the stars. His crew worked quietly, checking systems and ensuring the ship was fully operational. They had faced the impossible and emerged victorious. Lieutenant Nira approached Milo, her eyes bright with excitement. Captain, word is spreading. Other fleets in the sector are beginning to communicate about the human vessel. They are amazed at what we did. Humans are no longer considered weak or insignificant. Milo nodded. Good. Let them know. They need to understand that intelligence, teamwork, and courage are just as important as numbers and firepower. Today, humans proved that being underestimated can become a powerful advantage. Engineer Lian wiped her hands and smiled. The ship handled perfectly, Captain. Every system worked as we planned. Humans have shown that preparation and ingenuity matter just as much as strength. Milo looked at his crew. This is not just a victory for us. It is a victory for all humans. We have shown that even one ship, one crew, can change the balance in the galaxy. Others will think twice before underestimating humans again. The Aurora moved forward, continuing its journey through uncharted space. Milo knew the galaxy was vast, filled with unknown civilizations and hidden dangers. But he also knew that humans had something that others often overlooked: creativity, courage, and the ability to adapt. As they traveled, scouts from other civilizations began to approach. Some were cautious, keeping their distance, while others sent messages requesting meetings and alliances. Humans were no longer ignored. They were seen as equals, as a force to be respected and valued. Milo and his crew received the first messages with calm professionalism. "We come in peace," one message read, "and we wish to learn from your strength." Milo replied carefully, offering guidance and support while remaining vigilant. Humans would not be conquered, but they were willing to build relationships with those who respected them. The crew of Aurora continued to explore new sectors, documenting discoveries, charting stars, and assisting civilizations in need. Everywhere they went, the story of their victory spread. Humans were no longer overlooked. They were recognized for their intelligence, skill, and courage. One evening, Milo stood on the observation deck, looking out at a distant star cluster. Nira joined him, holding a tablet with messages from various civilizations. "Captain, the galaxy is taking notice. Humans are becoming a name that others respect, even fear a little. It is because of what we did and how we did it." Milo smiled softly. "That is the point. Humans are not the strongest in size or numbers, but we are strong in mind, spirit, and teamwork. That is our real power. Never forget it." Lian joined them, leaning against the railing. "The galaxy will remember this day. The fleets that underestimated us learned a lesson. Humans cannot be ignored." Milo looked at his crew, pride in his eyes. "We did more than survive. We proved something important. Humans can overcome impossible odds with intelligence, courage, and unity. This is how we will continue to move forward, not just as explorers, but as a people the galaxy respects." As Aurora sailed through the stars, Milo thought about the journey ahead. There would be challenges, and there would be enemies who still doubted humans. But each victory strengthened their reputation, each success showed that humans could face the unknown and prevail. The crew returned to their duties, scanning for new discoveries and charting unexplored systems. The ship moved silently but confidently through space, carrying the hope and determination of all humanity. Messages continued to arrive from other civilizations, some asking for guidance, others seeking alliance. Humans were no longer passive observers in the galaxy. They had become active participants, capable of influencing events far beyond their own system. Milo stood at the bridge, looking at the stars stretching endlessly ahead. "We move forward as humans always have. Together, resourceful, and courageous. The galaxy will not forget us. We have proven that even when ignored, humans can become a force that changes everything." The crew of Aurora felt a sense of unity and purpose stronger than ever. They were no longer just explorers. They were symbols of human ingenuity and courage. They had faced overwhelming odds and emerged victorious. The galaxy had learned to respect humans, and that respect would continue to grow. As the ship sailed into uncharted space, the stars gleamed like a promise. The humans aboard Aurora were small in number but unstoppable in spirit. They carried with them the truth that courage, intelligence, and teamwork could overcome any challenge. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget: humans were a force to be reckoned with, and their story had only just begun. Captain Milo turned to his crew. "We sail onward, not just to explore, but to inspire. Humans are underestimated no longer. Together, we face the stars, ready for whatever comes next. The galaxy will remember us." The Aurora glided through the infinite darkness, a small vessel carrying a crew that had changed the perception of humanity forever. They were explorers, warriors, and pioneers. The humans of Aurora had proven that even the smallest ship could achieve greatness, and the galaxy would never ignore them again.